Whew. All right. So, hey, YouTube and Twitch. Today is Friday, so that means this is the eighth weekly roundup. As you see posted on the little board here, I have a number of things to chat about before we get into the actual reviewing of the past streams of the week, which is mainly what this segment show thing is about. It's also a way for me to communicate with my community, my viewers, and everything. So hopefully we can, have some nice discussions over some things. So I know this week it was a little rough. So I'm gonna try my best to try and just talk about things. And I kind of just scrounged up these topics like in the past like hour. But I'm trying. So we're just gonna wait around here. I do want to hopefully find some music I can play when I'm, doing these kind of things or doing like this screen or this screen or something like that. Hey, you're green. Welcome to streaming. Glad you stopped by. Yeah, I'm working on that. It's hard for me to get music onto the channel because every time I have tried, I get like hit by the music trademark bot. There's like that one robot from RoboCop. It's just going around through the internet and it seems to find mine. My account. For some reason, I have no idea why. And it bugs me because sometimes I find a place where it's like, oh, free music. And it's like, well, no. Because YouTube says no. So, not even licensed stuff, man. I learned my lesson that way. We'll talk about that later. But the short of it is that I do not believe if a soundtrack from a game from like 20 years ago should not be hit by like trademark on a YouTube channel like mine. Like maybe a bigger one, but like me? Come on. You're just bullying at this point. Looking at you, Square. So let's get into it. The three topics I have for today are I have three indie games that I want to talk about. Two of them I've already spoke about a couple of times before, but just for the sake of conversation and filling in the void, I kind of wanted to talk about them again. And a third title that we are going to watch the trailer of together, and we will talk about it. There is also the potential of future content, which I discussed not only the future of the channel, but everything that's going to end up on it. And thanks to the my new acquisition of certain technologies, I am way more flexible in that end. But we'll go more into it that way. And then lastly, before we go into the actual reviewing of the past streams, I do want to talk about something I am planning for the community. And I'm hoping everyone will join in on it. I'm calling it Retro PlayStation Day. I don't have a date yet, but we will talk about it then. So, to start off with, hey, Mimi, welcome to the stream. Glad you stopped by. Alright, so hang on. I got like a lot of buttons in front of me. I really gotta fix this. Okay, there it goes. So the first I'm sorry, not retro, oh my god. The first indie game I want to talk about this segment of indie games I'm looking forward to is a game that I have discussed already, but I wanted to talk a bit more about it because I've been kind of missing it. and maybe update everyone else who has also played the game and is curious where it's going. Yeah, just, I don't know, it's not, let me know if the game's too loud. Anyway,
There you go.
so,
Yeah, I guess
for
I'll
those
take that.
unaware, this is
No, it's not
Atlas.
for.
It is
Oh,
a
wait,
game
you
made
gotta go here?
by the developer
Right,
Kisev, and it is currently in its sort of alpha-ish stages. You can order it on, you can buy it on Steam, and I think the itch one is updated. Not too sure on that. You might want to ask the guy yourself. And it's a fun game where you make like a little critter, you run around, and you kill things. Of course, there's a whole realm of exploration attached to it as well.
Yeah.
A really big, nice world outside, like just doing dungeons. Maybe I could find like a footage of that. And the reason I want to talk about this today is that I have certain hopes for putting more of this onto the channel itself, and also just to update everyone on how it's going. So
Yeah, let's go there. The Grove.
apparently from
No guilty good votes
Brum,
right here.
what the hell was that? From what I have learned recently was that the developer has been working really hard. Usually this game doesn't get updated very often, but when it does, it's usually like really big chunks. Really big chunks. And the latest one is that he's gonna add new enemies, a whole new, he's gonna flesh out one of the subclasses, the Magus. It's gonna have like this JoJo stand kind of thing that your little critter can summon. I believe it is like you have to be like a magician first, or a wizard or a mage, or I forgot what it's called right now. It's been a while since I played the game.
Hey, wait. Hammer.
And I'm really looking forward to this. I'm kind of hoping that once the game
That doesn't get old.
comes out fully, or there's like a lot to do, I'm kind of hoping at some points I can probably do like community dungeon runs or something like that, because this game does have multiplayer. I'm not sure how many players you can have at a moment, but the last I heard it was like at least 8, or I could be wrong about that. But it's a lot, considering like the scale of the dungeons themselves, and I just think that'd be really fun to do. I'm also just watching my own footage. Anyway, so yeah, I'm kind of hoping that when the other classes also get like their, I don't know, upgrades, that I have like a few ideas of how I would like it. But it's also by no means just trying to enforce like a certain idea. Honestly, as you see here, I much prefer playing as the warrior. And the way I made the build was that I do have a gun, but the game allows you to like change what scaling attribute that weapon has. And as silly as it sounds, it's a strength-based gun. I know that makes no sense, but in an RPG fashion, it does. Let me see. Yeah. I'm kind of hoping there's like a berserker kind of class. It's just like a straight upgrade. Not exactly anything too crazy, although I think it would be cool because I've been playing and looking up like a lot of Warhammer stuff, and I've played Baldur's Gate 3. It would be really cool if I can have like the hammer and the shield at the same time. Like give it like, I would like the gimmick of being able to swing around like the massive two-handed weapons in a single hand. That way you can have like the shield. I think it's already crippled in the way where you can't use magic anyways. So I don't think there's an issue there. And plus, I'm not a developer myself, but I kind of like the idea of some just like who make stuff just for fun and not for balance.
This is the regular warrior experience.
I think that would be really neat to do.
Block.
And yeah, community dungeon runs. I do want to do something like that once this game gets like really fleshed out in the future. I don't know exactly when. Nobody really does, really. But
Although,
yeah.
honestly,
Let me see if I can find some other more stuff to talk about this.
Just go together.
Just to pad out time.
Totally viable to just
I admit.
stand there and block.
I'm also kind of curious about the future scale and I would consider wackiness of future bosses. I'm really curious, like this is the not the latest boss, but it's pretty damn late. Now you have like this four-armed golem that shoots lasers out of its big eyeball. Hang on, you know what? Maybe I can find...
Prom happens. Like now.
Give me a sec. Here we go. Yeah, this is the latest boss I know of. There's also like little mini bosses that you can find throughout the world that, you know, like if you kill like enough slimes or these tree creatures around, like you get like this shiny version that comes out of nowhere and you can kill it for like
Maybe not the gun.
an item or something like that. It's not guaranteed,
Instead.
which I think could use some tweaking. Like if those enemies dropped a special kind of loot and you're like kind of a collector, I think
Do something.
maybe like the first drop should be like 100%. That's what I'm saying. Hey, welcome to the stream.
Oh,
I
they'll
don't
be
know why
done
it's not showing up.
in like 12 days.
But hey, it wouldn't be a stream with red if there wasn't a technical issue. Oh man, I should probably check Twitch. Wait.
Awesome. Let's go sell some stuff. Yeah, we'll sell this thing. No, actually, I want to.
Okay, yeah, there's no one on Twitch, so that's safe there.
I do want to sell this stuff.
It's just not meant to be. Oh, come on.
Because it's clogging me up.
Alright, so let me restart this. Yay, on-stream maintenance. Woo! That's what you came to watch for.
Yeah, we'll put this stuff away.
That must have been really loud, I'm sorry. Oh no, I can't see you. I'm sorry. Wait. Oh, it was too late. Well, thank you for the follow anyways.
Oh yeah, I should get the axe back. Wait.
Oh, hello. Treno dello Cercale. Hello, welcome to the
I
stream.
wanna
I'm
screw
Red.
hammer.
And I am doing on-screen maintenance
Or I should buy more potions.
because the
This is so
chat
smart.
is not behaving. Not the people on the chat, the program. Ugh.
By quantity being
Hang on, let me.
terrible at math, I'm just gonna hit 99 and see what happens. Awesome.
Oh my god, you know what I was doing? I'm reading the replay. It's been a tiring day. I'm reading the chat replay. Okay. No, I'm sorry. Moving on. So anyways, yes. I have big hopes for this game. It's one of my highest awaited games. Atlas. Again, you can find it on Steam. It is developed by a solo developer named Kisev. And it's really good. Really fun. So I implore people to check it out. Alright, so the next game I want to talk about,
Yeah, about
I'm sorry, I'm pushing a lot of buttons, is Blast Cats. Oh, I saw it being streamed. Oh, okay. Don't mind me, it just... But, never mind, anyway, moving on. So, this is Blast Cats. I played this 6 months ago. At least according to YouTube here. No, wait, come back. And this is a indie platformer. Single player. It has a really nice soundtrack. I'm not sure if you can hear it,
yeah,
but
do some technical stuff. Okay. So, anyways. So that's basically
No,
what
you
it is.
didn't hear
I'm
me.
starting
Okay.
from absolute zero. I used the delete save thing. Wouldn't it? It wouldn't be a stream with Red if I didn't have a problem.
So, in this game you play as CC, the person here. And you're on like this quest to figure out what happened to
Okay, you know what? Hang on.
CC's father. And you run into like this
Start the game.
devil that you get like a contract with because you beat them up. And they're forced to teleport you everywhere. It reminds me of Banjo-Kazooie and to some extent Conker's Bad Fur Day. You know, I see where you're coming with that. Rare had a really
welcome to the
specific way of making games. And I can kind of see it here.
That's how you do it.
It's just great how like such things, you know, inspire us and we just don't see it until like later. I think that's a really fun thing to look at.
Look at these little bastards.
And those are good games.
Like,
Rare had good games.
gnomes are evil. Don't let anyone fool you otherwise.
Okay, so kill the gnomes. Anyways. This game also has a demo that is available on Steam.
Also,
For the
killing
longest
gnomes
time,
can be
it
money,
was on
so that's
itch,
okay.
which you can still get it there. And it's not released so far,
Yeah, we're gonna
but
try
the
and
developer
get, like, the
also has a channel where they update it regularly. If I had to give an estimate, maybe like
These videos, you
every
don't need to do that never
2-ish
drop on.
weeks, they come up
So
with a
it
new
should be
video
fine.
with a new area or a new enemy or something. And I'm hoping to do a full playthrough of this game once it does get fully released. I have yet to play like the latest demo on stream, really because I think it's more or less the same areas.
Oh, I can just walk up. Nice.
Let me see if I can get to a more exciting part.
And we're back to full health.
And this particular stream, I was trying to attempt beating this specific version of the demo that I got from the Discord when I was still on it without jumping. And I'm hoping to fulfill that kind of thing when the full game comes around. Because it's a platformer. Trying to beat it without jumping is like, you know, that's the whole game. But I think first playthrough, I'm just going to play it casually and then we'll have like another go at it.
Okay, so there's nothing up here. Yeah. Okay, yeah, see, I was afraid of this.
Blast Kick was like
Now we have an issue.
the savior of the entire run.
Okay, wait.
Anyways. Nice little indie games now on Steam or on itch, such as Buckshot Roulette, No I'm Not Human, and Pseudo Regalia. Yeah, that's true. A lot of them are moving into Steam.
This guy should be easy.
I assume really it's because since Steam is a more well-known platform than itch, is just for that and a bit of stability as well if it has like online capabilities. But oh, Pseudo Regalia. Pseudo Regalia is a good game. I didn't get to play that on I didn't get to play that on the channel. I did play it by myself though. It's kind of like a internet phenomena. Pseudo Regalia itself created, and it's like this little $8 game, really good. I would consider that like the dream, wouldn't it be? Like you just created like this game,
truck, so I'm not gonna bother.
poured your heart in it, and it like becomes like this huge I don't want to say success, but it's like it becomes very well known, and I think Pseudo Regalia hit that. On Edge, I found the best diamonds, but also the worst stuff. Whether I know, you've got to go in there with like a fine pointed pick because there's a lot. Let's just say it's not something you would show like, not something you would show the world, at least not on YouTube, or on Twitch for that matter. I'm pretty sure you'd get banned.
We'll just ignore that guy.
But yeah, it does have some pretty decent games in there. Like good indie horror games. I believe Hanako's Homework is a nice little horror game that was on Twitch. No, sorry, not Twitch. Itch. And it's also on Steam. Check that out too. That's really fun.
Not that way. Oh, jeez.
Very Silent Hill
Ow.
kind of survival horror game. So anyways, yeah. Blast Cats. I do want to play more of it. I may consider
This almost kind of feels like a it's not,
playing
it's
the
just
demo
kinda
that's
annoying.
on Steam
Like
just to
right
see
now.
if there was differences from the last time I played it. Just to keep the hype going, I suppose.
Wait. Did the whole
And really,
game
that's just
shake?
really what I want my channel to be. Retro indie kind of thing.
Oh.
So I'm looking forward to this. Ooh, boss fight.
Dodge. There we go. Yeah, it's not so
This
bad.
reminds me of Crash Bandicoot. If you haven't played the first Crash Bandicoot game,
Ow.
let me explain. There's this boss. He's like this
Ow.
big guy with like a stick, kind of like this. And he has a very similar pattern.
Oh, that's weird. I did a perfect dodge and it still acted like it
He
hit me.
heads the stick on the ground. He does like a spin. You have to jump over it. And you have to jump on his head. And like I was saying, like we were saying before,
was
it's
not
really
bad.
fun how things
That was
we
actually
have
really
seen
cool.
or played ourselves had inspired, like
this
the
won't be
works
much
that
of a
we work
challenge
on
after all.
now, and I think that's fun. Because that way you could just point it out. I was like, oh, Crash Bandicoot. Oh man, getting out of the water sucked. You can't do this anymore. So let me explain. I have a version
I didn't think
of
I
the
could do
demo. I had a version of the demo that you couldn't blast kick out and you couldn't like do this kind of thing.
Wait, we got something going.
So what's going on is that I'm forcing CC into like one of the corners to try and get her out of the water.
Fucking did it.
But you can't do that no more. I've tried.
Hell yeah.
Let me see what else I can talk about this game.
So that's what.
It has like these segments where you complete these little platforming challenges to gain these diamonds, and you need 3 of them or 4. You need a number of them to pass and beat the level.
Come on.
The whole level itself. So you get stuck in the water. Yeah,
The bag.
at least
Sweet.
the version of the game that I played. Now, I haven't played the game in like months. Like this footage here of myself playing the game was from 6 months ago. And the demo has been updated several times. So I'm not sure if that's even still a thing. I might explore that at some point in the week.
Oh yeah, I am.
But yeah, that's what happened when I tried to do it again. Because I wanted to make this into like a whole challenge run-esque kind of video.
Whatever.
And I tried to replicate it so I can show exactly how I did it. And my game
Hey, chat,
updated
do you think I can make it across?
and I was unable to get out of the water. I'm sure a huge bug must be fixed. Oh
Let's
yeah,
find out.
totally. No, they totally squashed that bug. They squashed many bugs. Yeah, by now
mean
I'm
Olympic
pretty
gold
sure
medal.
it's crystalline. I'm sure there's very little bugs, if any.
And that's our 3rd gem. Let's go.
You know what? You inspired me a little bit. Maybe I will return to Blast Cat some point in the week. That would be really fun to go back into.
That's our 3rd gem. We're ready to beat the level.
That way we can all get like a fresh look at it. Let me see. I want to find the boss fight before I move on to the next point.
Okay. So here's what we gotta do next. We have to take out Cassidy.
I really like the cutscenes. I'm not sure the proper termage for it, but
mechanic,
they're
by the way,
very
I love the taunts.
pre-render like.
That's great.
That's probably completely
Yeah, you
wrong.
know
I'm not a
what?
developer.
Fuck you.
It's really extended to be a demo. Yeah, totally. You can get it on Steam. Definitely worth a look at. Hell,
Yo.
if the developer ever put up like pre-orders, I probably would have done it by now. So this is Cassidy. This is where the demo culminates into a big multi-part boss fight.
No.
And it just gets crazier from here. She summons cars to try and run you over. The game is completely zany, cartoonish, and it's really fun. It has like this crucifix you can use, and if you use it too many times, you know, you get like hit with a lightning bolt.
That just took us right out.
I like
What the
these
fuck?
pre-boss
You know what?
taunts.
I have an idea.
The game just has a lot of character and a lot of like,
Go.
it's very chaotic, very fun. Honestly, if you just like platformers of this kind,
Chainsaw Ride, go!
and you just want like a bit of like cartoonish chaos to go along with it, definitely check out Blast Cats.
Okay, so we're low on gas, so... I probably should have
The
saved
boss fight
this
lasts a
part.
while for me, so I'm just gonna cut a little over here.
Oh man. Blast kick.
Obviously, I was having fun with the blast kick.
Did I win? No.
If that thing hits you, it insta kills you. At least when I was playing the game, I'm not sure if it takes damage now, but when I was playing it, the little Grim Reapers that come out of nowhere,
Oh my
and
God.
once they cut you, you actually get cut in half. It's not like gory or anything, although I guess it is, kind of is, but not in the way like, say, Mortal Kombat or something.
We did it.
So yeah, coming out, God knows
The
when,
next part of my plan is
with
I'm going to take what I've
a bombing
recorded
soundtrack,
here,
by the way.
and I'm going to turn it into like a shorter demo that I
Really wish I could share it. I don't have it in
shorter
this video.
That's going to compress the experience here. I'm going to write a script, and it's going to be fun.
Oh, no, don't do that.
I'm going to see if I can do my best, because I like challenge videos.
Okay, so the third indie game I want to talk about today is one I am also looking forward to and I want to share with everyone. It doesn't have a demo or anything like that, just a couple trailers. There's some screenshots shooting around. If you have Discord, the developer has like their own page. And there's also a Steam page for it. It's called The Shadow Syndicate. It's based around 1930s Brooklyn, a stylized third-person action-adventure stealth game. It has like supernatural powers. If you think The Darkness, that's kind of where it's edging into. And we're going to watch the trailer together. Hopefully my audio levels will actually work. Let me know if you all can hear it.
Dear Brooklyn, how I've missed you. In this town, everyone knows each other. Everyone's a friend. Everyone gathers after dark. But what happens when the masks go on? People have been disappearing all over the city, one by one, without answers, without a trace. Now the whole place is rotten from the inside out. And behind all of this ring, somehow it's connected to everything happening in this city. Someone has to be guilty.
So yeah, that's the Shadow Syndicate. It's the second trailer. They have another trailer too. It's a sandboxy kind of place. Like again, it's based around like 1930-ish kind of thing. Like if you think in games I've already played on the channel, Moses, Play-Doh. I talked about the Wild Gentleman games, Wild Tactics, Chicken Police, and the like. You kind of get the flavor of what they're going for here. Everything has like this chromatic look, if that's even the word for it. It's a third-person action-adventure game. It has stealth incorporated into it. The areas are all real nice. I don't know much of what's going on with the story. It reminds me of Black Sad as a game. Yeah, you can draw parallels to that too, yeah. Definitely has that Black Sad-ish kind of vibe going on with it. And this kind of thing really isn't what my alley. I switched outfits just to elaborate how much I'm into this kind of thing. By the way, I have a number of outfits that you can choose from. If you have the channel points, you can redeem like say 400, and there's a number of outfits there. Anyways, so it's very, I think, I don't want to call it open world because I don't think they use the term open world, but it looks very sandbox-ish. If you're thinking Grand Theft Auto, or like if you played Scarface on the PS2, it looks kind of like that. Of course, it has anthropomorphic characters in it. I think all the games I've been showing off lately have. It's just kind of my thing. Anyway. Let me see. I wish I had screenshots to show off. But I think this will do. There's footage flying around on it too, where you get to meet some of the locals. There's a diner you can go to. There's like the squirrel. You know what? Hang on. That's what I'm gonna do. Give me a second. All right, hopefully this comes up. Awesome. So it is like a straight from their Steam page. Again, is one of those games that will have like the first one was really an open world, but it was at the same time. Yeah, exactly. It was, yeah, like Mafia. Yeah, like that. So the areas are very detailed, and I really like the mood that it presents. I've also noticed that no one has a tail. Just a little observation. Doesn't ruin the game or anything, but I mean, yeah. Yeah, here's what I was talking about. Honestly, I'm hoping we get to solve cases alongside with like the main story. I'm not sure how it's gonna play out, but that's what I'm hoping for. I really like the idea that I can just like solve crimes or figure out mysteries and such. Good stuff. I'll just let that play out while I'm continuing. Actually, no, I don't play that. Yeah, it has mini games too. Here's what I was talking about when I was trying to talk about The Darkness, which was a set of games on the Xbox 360 with a very similar gritty mood, but had supernatural elements into it too. Because in that game, you had an entity that would help you blend in with the shadows and such. And it seems our loose cannon detective here has something very similar going on. I imagine it being tied to the story in a way, where maybe if you use it too much, maybe you're gonna have a bad ending, or of the like. I don't know. Yeah, there you go, 2016. So that's when you'll know when it'll come out. But yeah, keep this on your radars too. Okay, let me see. I am flipping through my list right now so I can talk about stuff. Hang on, what else did I have? The potential of future content. Oh, right. Okay. So what I mean by this is that now that I actually have the physical tech to stream games off of my at-home systems, like my physical systems, it opens up the revenue of games that I can stream on the channel. One such, I am so sorry, hang on. One such is what I played 2 days ago. I played Star Fox Adventures, and I was streaming this from my Wii, thanks to like an HDMI adapter and the capture card I recently acquired. So I'm really looking forward to showing off not only my physical library, but also digital library. And I want to say that the future of the channel is looking pretty sturdy. I have a number of games that I can show off too, like I have Red Steel 2, No More Heroes 1 and 2 on the Wii. I've got, of course, Star Fox Adventures. I've got Assault, a number of PS4, PS1 games, which is something I do want to mention, is that I have yet the means to stream from much earlier consoles, such as the 1, 2, and 3, but I'm fixing it. And that segues into my third point of today's
we have a
topics.
whole new game from the family.
I'm just playing Final Fantasy 13 just to have something to look at. It is a damn good game though. Anyways, once I gain the means to stream my physical PS1 stuff, and hopefully PS2 at some point, but I'll figure that out, I want to hold a community retro PlayStation Day. I'll let everyone know when I can actually do it, but I'm planning it. The idea is that I want to make a list of like games that I have, and everyone can sort of like vote or pick which ones I should play that day. I'll probably pick like a Saturday or something like that, so that it doesn't
yeah, I know how it works.
conflict with my regular schedule, which is Monday through Friday.
This guy's gonna get a rude awakening. Or he'll stay asleep. Holy crap. He's a heavy sleeper.
And yeah, we're gonna have a lot of fun with that. I also have like a lot of digital games I can play, thanks to the way
the
the PS3 had like
I've got like
options where you can buy PS1 games on it. I think the PS4 did as well. Funnily enough, neither system has
Green,
backwards
welcome
compatibility
back.
for
Sorry
the
for the,
PS2, and that's
restarted the
troublesome. Because I tell you, I have a buttload of PS2 games. A buttload. Like, I have like all the Devil May Cries. I have like
aiming in this game.
Onimusha. I've
Nope.
got some Resident Evil games over here.
Nope.
Outbreak, Code Veronica X. Some off-the-wall ones,
There we
God Hand. I've got
Yeah, two of the most
Jet
expensive
Li's
games to
Rise
play
to
on the GameCube.
Honor. A lot of I have a lot.
Enlighten me. I don't know.
And I want to show them off, but some difficulties I'm having. I also do
This is a
have
fuel cell. It is
Final
used to
Fantasy
power the
9, Final
army.
Fantasy 7, and 8.
I had a few problems getting them down to the surface of Dinosaur Planet. This means they have
So I
scattered
guess this is
around
more
everywhere.
like a
You'll need them
sort
to
of
enable you
announcement.
to
It's like,
fly
hey,
to the floating
this
worlds
thing's coming.
orbit above the planet.
I just got to get the means for it. So look forward to that. Which one is this one?
Right,
Okay,
I don't think I
so
have to talk
now we're
to
gonna
Mike
move
Myers here.
into
So I'm gonna wander around
the
for a bit.
actual meat
and I'll get back
of
to
what the weekly roundups are. Every Friday, we have a segment where we review the past streams of the week. I do have some stuff to talk about, considering how some of the streams this
Go down
week was a
to
little
the
messy.
closed.
But we'll get to that when we talk about it. I like to start in chronological order, going from Monday to Thursday.
Pokemon Coliseum, Pokemon XD, Gale of Darkness.
And Monday's
Oh,
game
nice.
was Space Hawk Deathwing. a first-person shooter slash horror
Yeah,
game
I played Pokemon Coliseum, but
based on the Warhammer
not
40k
Darkness.
universe.
I heard it was really good. I do have to say,
Yes, that is a Terminator outfit.
the future of my streams, so when you say most expensive, are going to be what are we talking? I guarantee
Really not
it.
much to say
I
about
got
this particular
something really freaking
stream.
cool.
Well, I do enjoy the game, and I think that it really gives off that Doom 3-ish vibes that tend to get stronger as the game goes on.
Oh, that's a turret. That's definitely.
And I really
a turret.
think whoever made this
Damn
game,
it.
I don't know at the
Bullseye.
moment, they did a really good job with the backgrounds. Like, really good. I think that's why
To it.
voice is doubling. Oh,
So I can't go
hang on, I
left.
can fix that.
Hang on, let me try and test the thing. Give me a second.
Okay, that should help.
I know this is like.
I had the
but
audio a little too high. That's probably why. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, this week has been weird
great, it does work.
for
I
streams. I don't know what's been going on. I've been getting like massive frame drops. A few of the streams this week just straight up died in the middle of them. A couple times. Not this one. Space Hulk Deathwing was pretty alright considering. It's not really like a very intensive game either, so I'm not too afraid of this game dropping. But what does surprise me is that when I'm playing like Sly Cooper, and I don't know, OBS just says, "Hey, Red, fuck you," and just dies. I don't get that.
Nice.
This game in particular gives you like a surplus of weapons to mess with, and I still stick to my guns. Funnily enough,
Oh, jeez.
that the heavy flamer and the redemption shotgun are probably what you could stick to. Like if you played this game for yourself, going through the campaign, because it does have a multiplayer. The thing about the multiplayer is that it's basically dead. I think this game was made in like 2020, 2018, something like that.
All right, so I guess I'll go talk to Mike Myers, and then we'll see if we can just take off.
And it's also a hard game to talk about because I would just end up narrating what's just going on. I was like, oh yeah, I'm shooting this dude. Oh, I'm punching this guy into, little itty bitty meaty bits. Not much to talk about. Especially since I don't know much of the lore. I can't just drop like lore tidbits. Warhammer lore is like 30 years long, man. I'm not dedicating that class. If I didn't dedicate of watching 1,000 episodes of One Piece, I am not spending any amount of time reading Warhammer lore. I'm just saying, I do not have the patience for that. That's the very reason why I couldn't get into, like I said, One Piece. Like, I saw it,
Hell yeah.
the episode number, and it scared the hell out of me. The last time I checked on One Piece, it was like 1091 or something like that. That's the crappy thing about multiplayer games. Really enjoyed Evil Dead, but by the time I started playing it, it was totally dead. Yeah!
Need help? No, thank you.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. It's like, this is new to me, but apparently this game has been out for like a good long while, and the multiplayer still works. Like, if you go and search for people who are playing together, you will find videos from like 9 months ago.
Being honest, I'm not
The thing is that they have like friends and stuff like that, so it's not like, oh, you're playing with randos. No, that's not what it is at all. You could, if there were any. But if you did, there's a very healthy choice of class and associated weaponry. There's an apothecary, which is the healer of the game. They have this thing on the left hand called the Narthicium. It's like a drill, saw, needle thing, and that's what they use to. That's what you can use to heal your buddies and heal yourself. You also have the capability of using a storm bolter, which is basically a machine gun that was taped side by side with another machine gun. And that's about it. The apothecary doesn't really get much. There is the heavy, where, as it implies, they use the heavy armaments or heavy weaponry. There's this big machine gun, big plasma cannon, and a flamethrower. My personal favorite. There's the assault, which has access to a number of melee weapons, one of which being the Thunder Hammer and Storm Shield combo. There's the Chaplain, which has a number of weapons on its own, but it really shines on giving buffs to like your fellow Terminators or your fellow Space Marines. So it has healthy options. And you can play up to like 4 different guys at the same time. It is that with the game being as, like I said, deader than a doornail.
Yeah, that was it.
Finding people to play with is kind of nearly impossible unless you made like a specific group.
Okay, so we can't go in this way, so we'll just go around.
Although I will say that playing with the bots in the main campaign, they're kind of the best bots I've played in the game. They really stand for themselves, especially this one. His name is Brother Barakiel. You might see him occasionally. He's the Terminator with the big plasma cannon.
Okay, so then I got 10.
Maybe I could find...
Candy. I kinda wish you could just jump off this cliff.
Honestly, if the game would just allow you just to have the other guys
Both my guys are dead.
like automated, I'm pretty sure he can just solo the game himself.
Nah, we're doomed, guys.
Yeah, we totally got destroyed.
Yeah.
We finally found
Yo, that was
the
wrong.
I had seen, and perhaps was the source of the
Can I...
Oh my god, wait. The other thing's open. Ah, dang.
Oh, what?
And you can punch doors in. That's fun. We had not much else to talk about this particular day. Just a standard affair. Going through the missions. Blasting aliens. Yeah. Alright. Let's see. The next day I did play Star Fox Adventures, funnily enough. I love Star Fox Adventures. Seriously. It's my favorite Star Fox game. I know it's kind of like the black sheep of the series, because a lot of them are just more you're stuck in the R-Wing or whatever machine you end up piloting for that stage, like the Landmaster or again the R-Wing. This is actually part 2 because I had to split the stream into 2 parts because what happened around part 1. That's why this one kind of starts hang on. Here. Because the game died like right after I got Crystal Staff. I'm interested in playing LA Nair. No, thank you.
Oh, no.
I thought about it, but I mean, the game. No, thank you.
Hey, you know what? At least it was just...
I might consider it.
At least.
But yeah, this game was kind of weird to stream. And again, I was streaming it off like the Wii. I got lost a couple times. I think playing Star Fox Adventures, I just gonna get lost. And again, just watching a red stream,
No, I think that's where I came from.
me,
We're going.
I'm going to get lost. So here I am, being lost. That's how I roll.
Why does it sound like that?
I have a lot to say about the game, especially with how they actually designed, like, Fox. This is a game made by Rare. Of course, mentioned earlier, the same ones that did Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Donkey Kong 64. When they split, they made that other game company. They also did Lula Lakey. Yakey. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
This is probably what the elephant wants.
Now, while the game is super fun, I do have a beef with some things about Fox's model. I don't like how big his head is, and he has fingernails. That always weirds me out. I don't know if I'll be able to show it off. Look at that. Right there. Why does he have fingernails? He should have claws. That's also a face.
Probably what the elephant wants.
I understand it's just the way Rare does things, but I mean, like, still? At least Conker didn't have fingernails. When it did Live and Reloaded, you know, I'm like,
Yeah.
at least that made sense. What did you do to Fox? And Crystal, for that matter. I'm still waiting on a response from Nintendo themselves on my challenge of designing Crystal in the new way they designed the Star Fox characters,
Can I shoot that?
which I prefer a lot. I much prefer a more realistic take on anthropomorphic characters. I'm not totally a fan of the whole Komono Mimi kind of way of doing it, or it being so, I don't know how to say, cutified. I'm not exactly a good, I know looking at me is not exactly like a good candidate for saying kind of thing, because I guess my head is kind of big. But this is just the way I draw. I drew this myself. This is just the way I do it. If I could draw a more realistic character, I'd probably be using that instead. But I like it, so I'm sticking with it.
To buy many useful items.
This gets old fast. If you find a number of new things in a row, you'll just end up seeing that over and over again.
Wait a minute.
Very annoying.
Is there nothing else here?
I do know they have like a modern version of "No, I like your drawing, don't change it." Well, thank you, but I didn't mean that I was going to change it. I was just saying that if I had the ability to make the character look more like the way I think it should, I would. But no, this is here to stay.
Huh.
You do not believe how many times I get like bots or scammers going on to like my DMs everywhere, Twitch, Blue Sky, and
No, I was wrong.
they just come up and they're like, "Oh, hey, I can design you a 2D, 3D avatar thingamajiggy," and I'm like, "No, thank you," and they keep pushing like their business acumen on me. I'm like, "No, thank you." I give them 3 shots. That really pisses me off. I've been suffering it forever. I still get it occasionally. And I think I make myself very clear too. I'm like, hey, you're trying to sell something to me. It's not going to happen. Yeah, I ended it here after we took Tricky back to the Queen Earthwalker. Really because I saw that on... Like, I can play the game while I have OBS up. And I saw the frames dropping. hard, like Niagara Falls kind of stuff. And I'm like, nope, gotta call it. I try and push it. I try and push, like when the stream's having trouble, because restarting is such a pain in the ass. I usually just try and just push through it.
Like an hour or 3 minutes. I've actually been playing closer to 2 because I had to
I used to try and make like a YouTube video out of the streams, because usually I just sort of just let YouTube handle like the VOD.
So I like to say that
That's how I'm getting like
capture
this
card
right now.
works.
And what's probably going to happen with this stream as well, except on Twitch. This lasts like a week on Twitch.
A whole slew of games did play on the channel.
But I think as soon as I have any room in the gaming schedule, and really if everyone wants me to, let me know in the comments or wherever you can get a hold of me. Let me know. Do you want to see more Star Fox Adventures? Because I'll start a fresh playthrough.
On like the PlayStation Store.
Alright, moving on to, what was it? Wednesday. Wednesday's game was Sly 3 Honor Among Thieves. And we were doing... What mission were we doing? Oh my god, the loading. A Code Alliance. Yeah, that's right. We had to go find the Panda King. I do have a couple beefs with that. I don't really enjoy how the villains of the Sly games don't really get, like, I don't like the redemption thing. I don't like it. They were the bad guys. You know, I'm like, They should have gotten much worse. That's all I'm saying. Like, at the end of Sly 2, all the bad guys became, like, normal civilians. I'm like, I don't know.
Oh crap! Wait.
Like the tiger guy, Rajan, he had like a worldwide smuggling ring for like, quote, spice. I'm pretty sure you don't just get out and become a rug salesman, you know? I understand these games were really made for like kids, but I mean still, just don't bring it back up, I think. And the Panda King is much worse in this situation because he had a hand in killing Sly's father, as you see. Great timing. So I get the idea is like, oh, you know, teaming up with an old enemy so he could beat a new one. I get that. I just don't enjoy it. And Panda King, you know, it's like arguing with himself at some point about trying to work together with Sly Cooper so he can save like his daughter from this arranged marriage. From General Tsao, which I do want to say how hilarious I find that it is a chicken Mongol general. His name is General Tsao.
Sly looks like a 2000s anime protagonist.
General Tsao chicken. Come on. You know they had a good laugh at that. Man, I'm hungry. I want some egg rolls. Let me see if I can get some gameplay going. I'm sorry for any weird sounds. My mic is being ultra sensitive today. And oh yeah, I should mention that I do have a bot command for Twitch so you can access my YouTube. I was trying to get the other way around going for YouTube, but it just doesn't work. I'm still working on that, but hang on, let me see if I can do it now. There you go. So everyone watching on Twitch, there you go. You can check out my YouTube channel. This is where all the streams go to. And like where I make a bunch of shorts, or hey, if you want to clip any part of the stream, you know, let me know. Maybe I'll put it on the channel too, or keep it a Twitch thing. Helps me out with getting seen too. That way you can share the fandom's only gray fox with everyone else. Which is something funny I've kind of found out when I did like some research before I drew my character. There's not a lot of gray fox, or any variation of fox for that matter. Just red fox. I get red foxes are cute and, you know, they're cool. You have like cool characters. You got Robin Hood, you got Fox McCloud. This game's got Carmelita, you know. They're all red foxes.
Nice.
There's no variety. There's a ton of foxes.
Hey, we
Look
got
at me.
some extra change, too.
I'm a gray fox. Not to be confused with a silver fox, completely different.
Grapple cam. Nice. Okay, so I saw a job for Bentley.
Let
What is that?
me
Ooh, Murray.
see.
I'd rather play as Murray.
Oh, you know what point I want to point out? Hang on. Where is it? It's in here somewhere. Was this? Yeah, this was crazy. So apparently the guru is so OP, he can just make things levitate. And it was a whole platforming section.
Okay.
Now, again, I still do argue that having the other characters do what
Okay, I see what
you could have had just the main three do themselves was kind of meh. But this was fun. This was funny. I'm sure if they didn't make Guru, you could have just spanned it into, oh, Bentley made like this levitational device that only works once.
Yeah, I can't do that. No, wait, I wanted to see everything fall. Oh. Lame.
Oh yeah, the boss fight with General Sao. I made a joke earlier in the stream about Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, which was like a movie from like the early 2000s. And you know, you got like this going on. If you don't know, in that movie, it was a kung fu movie for starters. And a lot of the segments had like these sequences where the actors would like fly around like this and they would like sword fight. Chow Yun Fat was in it. I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, but that's what I've been saying forever, so I'm going with it. He's also in a few other movies. Hard Boiled. Hang on, what was that one movie? Bulletproof Monk. He's really an action movie like those. Really cheesy action films.
That's so silly.
And this is just right out of this is right out of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon.
Come back and take it like a man.
I'll skip the villain's misogynistic point of view. We're not about that. Although I do want to say that it is kind of wild to have that kind of viewpoint inside of a game, even if it is for a villain. Like, I kind of get the idea that, like, oh, this is the bad guy, so obviously the kids playing at home would not think about that. You're like, oh, no, that's a totally bad thing because Sly doesn't like it, so we shouldn't like it. I get that, but still. Kind of weird to put it into a game like this.
Wait, did I just do that?
I despise the RC levels. I despise them. I'm so bad at them, that's why. If music wasn't so hard to get a hold of, I probably would have just started playing like Twisted Metal Small Brawl OST on here.
I just kind of blew myself up. Okay.
Let me see. Oh yeah, we got to play as Carmelita again. Hang on. She actually has a lot more parts than I remember. I remember the one in I remember the one in the first level of the game,
Gotta go.
but there's like multiple of these instances and I just don't remember. Then again, I think Sly 3, in my opinion, is kind of one of the weaker games. Not like Sly 4, which we will get to eventually.
Oh, I see.
I just think I had too many characters, that's all. That's really my beef. Really, the writing's solid.
Ah, where'd he go?
It's a Sly Cooper game, there's not much I can ask for. That's like trying to judge the writing of like a Ratchet and Clank game. I mean, there's not much you can go on. You could make it more dramatic like how the remakes did. But other than that, like, what do you want? You do get to play Carmelita way more often in Sly 4 though, so... I just don't like the character models. They really changed. They should have kept with this. Like, I understand we're trying to go for like a new console, new generational kind of look, but I mean... it wasn't good. That's all I'm saying. Oh yeah, Panda King proving that he's a schizo.
I have no desire to join with my weaker side. You are failure. I am the strength that
Yeah,
used to
this is healthy.
the once glorious Panda King. You are strong, and I am humble. But only through cooperation will we become the
Again, I also feel like Panda King's parts probably could have been Murray parts.
Finally.
We're making a pretty good team. This is the
It is fun to blow stuff up, but I mean, you could have had the same formula where it's like, oh, Bentley needs like his Fist of Fire upgrade so he can kill the hopping vampires, and Sly's supposed to be there. I'm not sure what happened.
Right. I'll just
He's
head back
talking
to
to
the safe
himself.
house.
Yes, do that.
I don't know what the hell was going on with that stream. What I really hate though was that I was fighting the boss, and that is when
Where are you guys
the game, the OBS decided that it wanted to die. That's when my net decided, hey, you know, time to die, and just nodded off. Trying to find out when exactly that was. Oh, like a minute into this.
Oh no.
Oh, I think it died a lot earlier than I thought it did.
Yeah, is there a way up here? Oh, it's far over there. How does he not?
I tried to... because when I was trying to get it back up, the ending level was just going on its own. So, and I record all my streams so I can make like shorts out of them or do something with it. Yeah, that's when it decides to die. Right when I beat the boss. So later on, you can check it out on the channel too. That... yeah, right there. It did die a lot earlier than I thought it did. Huh. Because by the time I noticed, I beat the boss. But yeah, I uploaded the ending of that mission as a separate video. Kinda had to. Because I didn't want to leave anyone out. So, last game of the week, we played Digimon Story Time Stranger, and we did some more story stuff. I'm going to try to... Yeah, let's go right here. I'm really hoping we get to a point where we can do some grinding, because I want to make a new thumbnail for these videos slash streams, because I kind of have like just like a generic-ish kind of like splash art of the game itself, but I want to do something special. And I'm waiting until like a part where I can grind to actually make the thumbnail, because I want to have like my team on there, and like I'll make new thumbnails when they grow into like their champion levels and such. The Agumon outfit stays on.
It really depends if they have like an omnibus or not. That's what I do. I got like the entire Hellsing collection.
Really, this game is really coming off very Cyber Sleuth. I know I've said that a number of times when I started playing this, doing this playthrough, but it really, really is. It's really hitting the same kind of notes.
Just saved. What does chat think? Chat thinks that we can take on Titan
Which
One.
I'm sure someone likes, but I don't. I kind of just want to get into it. Oh no, the world is in trouble. The digital world is crossing over again because somehow we can't just separate the two. Let's go save the world. And you jump over. Oh shit, magical world. You have your digi friends. You kick some ass. And you know, call it a day. I do really appreciate that they kept with the JRPG thing. Now, when it comes to like my Digimon gaming, I am OG as hell. I had the little pocket monster thing and everything. I really appreciate that after like an hour, your Digimon does not turn into a poo monster or dies. Really appreciate that. Thank you, devs. I think they kind of saw that everyone's favorite Digimon World game was 3, and they kind of just went with that. For good reason. Digimon World 3 is a good game. The issue with Digimon World 3 is its sense of direction is absent.
Where'd it go?
Meaning, it doesn't have one. It doesn't have a sense of direction. It's just... It's kind of the equivalent of when, like, you have a friend, right? And you're like, hey, there's this restaurant just over the side of town, right? Or over on the other side of the state, but they don't tell you exactly how to get there, and they leave you with that. Like one part of the game is like, oh, you need to get over to the Amaterasu server, and it just drops you with that. And you're like, okay, well, how do I go there? It'll never tell you. You have to find out. Or have a guide. Honestly, just find a guide.
So that means... Yeah, it's a virus type, so...
I am also one of those gamers that like the nickname their Pokemon and Digimon.
Character reversal. Does that mean it'll be
So, ask, I'll let you know.
Or would it be weak to virus?
Oh yeah, I also have a Digidestined outfit. Let me see if I can get out.
Because I don't think I have any... Oh yeah, I have...
See, this is how OG I am.
Yeah, that's
Let me pick myself up. There we go. I do want to note that I saw that how Inori had seen her brother in Agiamon, and I saw that coming like from a while ago.
Hormone is back.
It was funny when that happened because I'm like, hey chat, look, I told you so.
Yeah, I don't think I can avoid it anyways.
I'm just hoping we get past it. Like, once we actually get into the digital world, it'll become more about trying to save the world than, like, her problems. Because this is starting to turn out like one of those games where you're doing all the work, but you're not necessarily the main character. There's a number of games I feel like are like that a lot. Like when I played Fire Emblem... No, not that game. No. That's like the other extreme case. Nioh. Nioh 2 particularly. Nioh 2 was a lot like that. Wolong was like that. It was just... There's just games out there that the side characters are the ones actually making the story. You're kind of just going through it.
No, because I was bashing the button and nothing happened.
Personally, I feel like if you have to have an avatar for the player, you know, just have like the minimal story, you know? If you have to have a story, make a main character yourself. I think that's what Nioh 1 did the best, and I find that better. Now, if you had like a main, like character creation, which I love character creation, don't get me wrong. It is usually how they implement it into like a story. Sucks. You get one or two things. Either you're the guy doing all the work and you're getting patronized for it. Like, say, Fire Emblem Awakening. I feel like you could make your own character with the limited resources that they gave you. And everyone was like, oh, you did such a good job. Oh, that was such a good idea, boss. It's weird. It's weird after a while.
How do you
And it's like your character really isn't your character the moment they open their mouths. That's the way I feel. I kind of wish they worded it in a way where it was more like you can design like how you can make the main character look different, but it's not your character. I kind of wish they worded it that way. I probably would have felt way better about it. Actually, Fire Emblem games have been going down that kind of line a lot. What was the last Fire Emblem game released? Engage? It was for the Switch. It's like that too. It's also a game. I haven't played it because I think I quit playing Fire Emblem like a year or two into the phone game. Hey, Bethesda, take notes. Seriously, yeah. Bethesda games are like that, particularly the Elder Scrolls Skyrim. You're doing all the work, but you're not really the main character.
Alright, so give me a second.
Yeah, you have a destiny of saving the world, but it's like the majority of it is more like from Delphine's point of view and everyone else, or it also has that thing where if you do something like, oh my god, you're the Dragonborn, that's amazing. That's weird too. It's weird.
At least it's not dying yet.
Because I want to do something in a game and not feel like I'm being babied because I did something.
Everyone. Hang on. My controller's not working out. Okay, there it goes.
But I also want to get like some sort of like reward for doing it. It's a video game. You know? You beat Mega Man, right? You beat a Mega Man boss. Dr. Light doesn't come out of nowhere. It's like, oh, you're such a good boy. Oh, you beat that boss. Here's a new weapon for you. That doesn't happen. You beat the boss. You beat a boss. You get a weapon that works effectively on another boss, and you move on.
The heck are you saying? You guys are just
Why couldn't we stick with that?
humans. No way I'm gonna let the likes of you in on my fun.
And the bosses were like
It's because you humans are so weak that we
kind of on Mega Man's level.
toys should know when
And all the side characters, you know, there was a reason why Mega Man was doing the stuff, because he's the one that could have done it. Now, Mega Man X is kind of a different story. Similar, but a tad different. Because I think Zero,
It's 3.
the red guy with the long blonde hair, he gets like reprogrammed a number of times, so it makes sense Mega Man X is doing all the stuff. Because he has to. He's the only one that can save the world. And that's what you're doing. Saving the freaking world. It's annoying. Oh man, I kind of ranted a bit there. I gotta move on. Oh, this was actually my favorite part of the stream. Getting the first Digivolutions. I made a short about it too, but this is so cool. This is one of my favorite things in Pokemon and Digimon, is that you get to watch like your little friends grow. I think it's cool. Especially Digimon. Like Digimon can get crazy. Look, he's like a dinosaur with hair.
Awesome.
I think they knew what they were doing. Like, they knew who the target audience was when they first did Digimon. Like, they knew.
Oh, I can't go
They're
up
like,
one.
what's one thing kids want? I know what they want. They want a fire-breathing T-Rex. Yeah! And they did it. And you know what? We have it. We have a fire-breathing T-Rex right here. Awesome. See, I'm a man now, and that still excites me. Like, hell yes. Fire-breathing dinosaur. Let's go. It reminds me of Monster Hunter as well. I played Monster Hunter World, and the Anjanath is one of my favorite monsters.
560 SPI or greater. Well, he's pretty close, so we'll hold off on that. Damon, what do we have? Why, see, was it,
Other things about the game I do want to point out is that, yeah, I am annoyed by its pace, but I am trying to just take it as it comes.
yeah.
I think they revealed the Digifarm way too early because I just have not felt the need to use it. I said it before and I'll say it again. On stream, I'm going to Digivolve down what I consider being like the canon Digivolution lines for this Digimon. So it's like if I Digivolve Renamon, it'll be to Cubimon, and then into Taomon, and then Sakuyamon. But off stream, when I do some grinding, these games have it where you have to bounce. You have D-Digivolve, Re-Digivolve, go down different Digivolution paths, so you can level up your friends to be like Digi-gods and not have to worry about anything ever again.
What was it?
Sometimes, literally, Digimon gets wild.
Heihachiro, and Celine will level up once she gets to 640 speed. But hey,
Like one of the Digimon, I haven't been in the mix for like there was like a big gap where I missed out, but apparently there's like Digimon like the God of War. That's some Yu-Gi-Oh type shit.
that's regular. Yeah. I kind of figured because I think Geo Greymon is like more lines or something, but that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Well, alright, so,
That means that's
and that is the last stream we are going to review. I am going to leave it on Blast Cats so I can wrap up right here. Alright, so basically we're done. This is the entire Friday streams are all about. The weekly roundup, where I find topics to talk about throughout the week. I don't know why it's not playing. There it goes. Because I'm a dum-dum. I find topics to talk about, and we also review the past streams of the week, and I really encourage my viewers to, you know, chime in as well.
ooh. Oh, we're in a bad spot.
Because I'm not going to be offended or anything like that, unless you're like really mean or something. Then you'll hurt my feelings. You don't want to see a sad fox. Anyway, so
No, I think this is.
I guess we
This might be
can...
my first.
Yeah, we're just going to wrap it up. So, I'm going to give you my send-off, and then we're going to end the stream. I don't really know anyone, so I'm not going... On Twitch, I'm not going to do a raid or anything like that. So, here it is. Hey, I'm Red, the Gray Fox, I stream here on YouTube and on Twitch, Monday to Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, or Eastern Standard Time when it's November, because I try to be ultra specific about this kind of thing. Of course, follow and subscribe me on either platform. It helps me out know that you enjoy my content. And you have. I'd like to thank the new follower for today. Feel free to clip any part of the streams over on Twitch's side, and on YouTube side, I will try to make a short out of this. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I'll figure it out. And that also helps me with getting seen. I'd like to thank everyone for coming by, watching me, and listening to me just yap on, yap off about these things. Those that participated in the chat, those that stuck around and lurked, and those that picked their head in, dipped their toes into the water, decided it was too hot, and left. I appreciate it all.
Okay, so here's my idea with this.
I do not stream on Saturday and Sunday except for special cases. Like, as I mentioned earlier, whenever Retro PlayStation Day happens,
Oh, okay.
that'll probably be like a Saturday and Sunday stream.
Game.
Probably be Saturday.
Third gem if I can get through it.
Like I said, I'll keep everyone posted. Yeah, so I hope everyone has a good night or a good morning, wherever you are.
Okay,